Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. You are listening to the Greenlight Weekend podcast. And if you've listened recently, you know that the Greenlight Weekend podcast is sponsored by Dead Room Comedy. Dead Room Comedy is a production company and comedy group based in Denver, Colorado. Check out their website, deadroomcomedy.com, where you can subscribe to weekly one-liners, get an email every Monday with original jokes to laugh through the work week. Also, check them out at Dead Room Comedy on Instagram and Facebook, where you can find sketches, stand-up clips, and find out when live shows will resume. I love Dead Room Comedy. Dave?
I couldn't love them more.
Yeah, we've both been on their weekly one-liners.
Sure.
So, yeah, follow Dead Room Comedy. They actually pay comedians for their jokes, which is fucking dope.
Yeah, $5 in Venmo, dude.
That's better
for
than
a
nothing.
one-liner.
It's better than nothing.
Quarantine, people. You gotta take it where you get it.
Goddamn right. Me and Dave almost started an OnlyFans together, and that's weird. We have a fucking awesome guest this week. His name is Joe Eurell. You want to tell us about him?
Absolutely, man. Joe Eurell and I met a few years ago. Actually, Elliot and I were doing some shows down in Phoenix, Arizona. We met Joe the very first night, and he was just cool, like, to begin with, man. Like, we all watched each other's sets. We really enjoyed each other, and then hung out a lot afterwards, and then subsequently did, like, more than one show in the days following down in Arizona together. So we hung out a lot, we chilled a lot, and we really got to hang out, man, and, like, make friends. And, Joe's interesting, man, because, first of all, he does have cerebral palsy. He's refined to a wheelchair, and this motherfucker does more big shows and sets than most fucking human walking comedians. So I respect him tremendously for that. He puts in a lot of work. A lot of people might have seen him on Comedy Central's Roast Battle on the Comedy Central channel, but other than that, you can also check him out on, like, Roast Battle on the YouTube page. And then also, he didn't even mention this during the podcast. Now I think about it, but he has a special out called Not Special, filmed in Huntington Beach, California. It's a 30-minute special on YouTube. Just check out Joe Eurell, and it's an incredible special. Like, this guy kills it. He's hilarious. This podcast, he definitely didn't let down, and it was really good to see him and talk to him again, man.
It's fucking awesome. Yeah, and fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say, but. Fucking great podcast, just super funny, really nice guy.
Yeah, like, he did
just ready for it.
Yeah,
like,
dude. Like, we let him go over some jokes and bits that he's been working on that nobody else has heard yet. But then also just in the moment, off the top of the head wittiness, man. Like, he kept this thing going
sure.
very, very well. Like,
and we just let him talk. Yeah, and it was a Zoom interview, which. This
is our first one, by the way, people. That's our first Zoom interview, so...
Dave's first.
I'm saying for Greenlight Weekend...
I did Dead Room.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
It's our second. Our second Zoom. We hope to do more,
But if there's any glitches, forgive us. Let us know politely so we can adapt, yeah. But,
be aware of that.
Yeah, man. We're trying to get... This guy's all the way from, like, L.A., so, like, you know, it was a trial and error thing.
Yeah,
and I think it went out pretty well.
Yeah, and you can find him on Facebook and Instagram at Joe Eurell, and on Twitter, what was it?
Mr. Heelchair.
Mr. Heelchair, because he likes to talk shit.
He talks so much shit.
And he's a big fan of professional wrestling.
Loves wrestling.
We talked about that. It was a really fun interview.
Yeah,
and
bro.
Yeah, I think we're going to have him on more. He might even be part of a segment we're going to introduce. So
sure, we should ask him, we should just, bring up a topic and just ask him what his thoughts are.
Just give him, 5. Yeah.
He's full of his opinions, and I love it, dude. Like, it's hilarious, dude.
Fucking awesome. He also has a YouTube channel. Check him out. And check him out on the Comedy Central channel. Oh, yeah,
and also in this podcast, he talks about couple of LA comics he doesn't like for specific reasons.
Which was awesome.
And he goes into it a little bit. It's a really interesting one, actually.
Yeah. And before we wrap this up, shout out to the Whiskey Reel. And
always.
The intro-outro music is by Ethan Esparza and the Chava People. The song is called Wake Up. I don't know if it's available to the public yet, but you get it on the Greenlight Weekend podcast.
Damn right, exclusive.
Shout out to Trina Willie. You can find us
Willie.
at GLW_podcast on Instagram, Greenlight Weekend on YouTube and Facebook, and greenlightweekend@gmail.com. Hope you enjoy this episode with Joe Eurell.
Enjoy, y'all.
I'm rocking every stage until I get a bigger even know I hate. Wasn't ready for a bigger step, pull the trigger next. Somebody coming at your neck, I could've died today. That's why I'm smoking cigarettes and got precision set of skills. And imagination, creations, innovating with motivation. I'm chasing my goals, giants that I be racing. I'ma stride through the finish like a 6'5" Jamaican. Beating my chest like, yeah, what my name is. Ink on my chest, what? My homie spray painting. Summer day, smoke, skate, PlayStation. He looking down on me and I can't stay patient. I ain't just trying to say shit. Sit back and face it.
Cool, bro. It's a lot of tech. Get this, a lot of tourists. They're coming from Arizona and Texas, and all the places you don't want them to come to. They're coming here to fucking vacation and shit. So that's kind of
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for your trouble.
Shut the fuck up. It's all good, dude. Yeah, sorry about the trouble with this fucking Zoom today, dude. This is my first time using it. Took a second.
Oh, no problem. I actually just got a really cool new mic because my voice sucks, and I want people to have the clear experience of how bad my voice is. So I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for being on.
I'm totally not under the influence at all.
I know that look, dude. Yeah. Bullshit. That's cool, bro. You still drinking rum and Mountain Dew or whatever you drink?
Yeah. Bacardi and Mountain Dew. I call it Florida.
That is that's a Florida drink for sure.
I hadn't drank for like 4 weeks until last night, and then last night I just got like FUBAR, and I was hungover today, but I had to drink because I really don't like the fireworks. I'm not really a big fan of fireworks.
Yeah, put your ass to sleep. Sleep through that shit.
Yeah. Do you guys know why I don't like fireworks?
Why is that, Joe?
Oh, cause it aggravates like my muscle spasms. Cause every time I jump, and they startle me, and then my muscles get all tense. Cause I jump, and I get really upset, and I start yelling things out the window. And this year, it's the first year that I did not yell anything out the window at all. So I'm pretty proud of myself in that regard.
Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, it's first time in 8 years since I haven't done that.
Yeah, hell yeah. On a serious, do they actually have fireworks going on out there this year?
Oh well, you've been to Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
You know how. I mean, they get rowdy out here.
You're right.
For like 3 hours last night, it was just unbearable. I had to have my headphones on, and I was listening to a bunch of Native American music, and it was pretty cool though. But I did have some funny lines I was gonna yell out the window this year, even though I didn't.
Can you give us some examples?
Well, one of my favorite ones was your birthday should have been an abortion.
That's a good one.
I said that to hecklers before.
Yeah, it's a classic. Sometimes I like to go really esoteric, and I'm like, that is unacceptable behavior, and I hope you stop. So they don't know how to respond to that. Or sometimes I'm like, I will pay you to shove that firecracker up your ass. My favorite one though is the only reason you waste money on fireworks is because your kids are too retarded to save for college.
Yeah, dude, you should have let her have it. Dude, so check this out, bro. I was on the way home last night, and in Durango, they're not doing fireworks this year. And I was walking home, and
there's some fireworks that randomly started going off, and like I was like, holy shit, dude, these are like some of the only fireworks anybody's gonna see in Durango today. And
Really?
I'm walking by this house where these two girls are in the backyard, and like their back is to the house, which is completely blocking the view of the fireworks. There's no way they can see them. You know, so I was just being polite. I was like, yo, there's fireworks. And this fucking cunt says to me, she goes, no shit. Thanks a lot, homie. And I was like,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Dave's
Total,
like the blackest guy in Durango.
total. No, dude.
That's not very polite.
That's not very,
Um,
yeah. What's up, Durango? They try to
Yeah.
be so nice here until you say something that's trying to be helpful.
Yeah. I mean, you're from Atlanta, and you know all about being polite. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not cool.
Me
I
and you
mean,
both. You know about the Southern hospitality too.
Yeah, I try. I'm a big Anderson, Clemson Tigers fan. And you know, whatever. You know, we're doing all right. We're doing
Yeah.
all right.
So hey, have you been doing any Zoom roast battles, buddy? I think I've seen them doing that, haven't they?
I haven't done any of them, but I'm looking to get on one. They were gonna have some in a studio, but then the studio got like postponed, I guess. Like I would do one over Zoom. I'm gonna try to look into maybe trying to do the one in Tokyo, and
Oh, cool.
because I got this microphone, and so I'm trying to get out there and do stuff, you know,
Yeah.
even if I can't get out there, you know, because I gotta be honest, I'm taking this shit very seriously, even if it is a hoax. I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm COVID's wet dream because I have a history of breathing problems, and I already sound like an accordion being played underwater. So, you know,
Accurate.
There'll be like 5 days in a row where I don't leave my house.
Really?
I'm not fucking around. Yeah, I'm not fucking around.
No, you
Like,
shouldn't, dude. Yeah, it's straight up. It's just a fact. You're more susceptible, dude. Like you're
Yeah.
more apt to catch it than most people.
Yeah, and I thought I was being super cautious. And then my uncle, who's a paraplegic, who, you know, he's like 74. And he called me last week or so, and he was like, you know, he was trying to tell me to keep staying home. And he's like, because he's also in a wheelchair, he goes, you know, we can't get COVID because if we get COVID and we need a ventilator, they're going to give it to somebody who can walk. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because he's
thank
right.
you,
That's fucked
thank you,
up.
Captain Optimism. And I'm like, dude, it's 11:30 on a Monday morning. Can you calm down a little bit? Like,
Yeah. I've heard
I love my uncle, but he'll call you up like and get you to imagine the worst case scenario ever. And it's like, but I love him. He helps me out a lot. But
Does he live in Huntington Beach also?
yeah, he's
Oh, no.
taking this shit real seriously. He's like, you know,
It's not
he
a bad
barely
idea,
leaves his
man.
house.
I know
Yeah.
where you're at. You're surrounded by fucking Republicans to the core, dude. And I'm sure you're
Oh.
hearing a lot of. But I'm like, we're kind of where we're at. It's more the opposite. And so either way, either spectrum, it shouldn't be political anyway. It should just be like
Yeah,
you're trying to like
It's a human thing.
it's a human thing.
yeah. Well, it's funny because one of my next door neighbors is a big time Trump supporter, and you know, she was very adamant about wanting to reopen,
Right.
and because back on May 5th there was those big reopen protests in Huntington Beach, and she went to those. And I don't agree with her, but we still see each other and say what's up. And I mean, for me, it's not a political issue, and for me, it's like yesterday there was a little bit of a block party. I didn't go, but I went out for like 15 minutes, poured a couple of shots of Bacardi for some people, and
Yeah.
you
Or
know,
Mountain Dew.
yeah, and so I wear a mask anytime I go anywhere, but I don't shame anybody for not wearing a mask. It's like a personal choice, you know, like
Right.
but yeah, I'm just trying to like stay like focused on trying to be funny. Like I've been trying to post a lot of one-liners on Twitter. I got back on Twitter, bro. That
Are
was
you
so
on Twitter?
fucking.
It's
Yeah,
awful,
I'm back
bro.
on Twitter.
I'm
'Cause
on it.
I
It
got
sucks.
my old account got banned permanently, and after a year, I signed up and they let me come back on. So
Did you get
I
banned for
haven't.
telling a joke?
No. See, last time when I was on Twitter, look. I'm not gonna be one of those people that's like, oh, I'm a martyr for free speech. Look, I was violating those terms of services all day.
Straight
all
up,
day.
baby. Straight up, Joe.
You know, and I'm not gonna lie and say I broke the rules. I was a bad boy. Like
Yeah.
I would straight up tell people to kill themselves on Twitter, and
You can't do that?
no, you're not allowed to.
You're not
But
allowed to
you could be-
suggest suicide? Why not?
You
Just
can,
a suggestion.
You can be creative though. Like you could say something like, "Do to yourself what Jeffrey Epstein may or may not have done to himself."
Yeah, right. Oh man.
Or you could say, "Why don't you go test gravity?" know?
You got creative with it.
That's pretty passive.
Yeah, and so, but what I think the reason I got banned from Twitter permanently though last time was because Tommy Loren,
Mhm.
Tommy Lauren, you know that conservative.
The hot
She's like
lady.
a blonde hair.
Oh,
Like Barbie
yeah,
doll.
yeah. Yep, I've seen her. Yeah, dude, she's a fucking nightmare, dude.
Oh my God, dude, she has that big final thoughts, but she has final thoughts every
Yes.
day.
I've seen clips of that shit, dude. Yeah.
And it's like, look, I don't like everything Candace Owens says, but at least Candace Owens doesn't have a horrible voice. But I think I got banned because I would just say stuff to Tommy Lauren on Twitter. Like I would call her stuff like tumor lasagna and
Good.
Tuberculosis lupus. And like I told her one time, I'm like, I hope the only time you get your pussy eaten is by a mountain lion.
I like that one the most.
That's good hate.
That's my favorite one, bro.
Creative hate. I like it. That's an art form.
Yeah, but see, that shit caught up with me and it got me banned from Twitter.
Dude,
And,
honestly, a year later, I would say completely worth it.
Yeah, and
Just to
so
say
now,
that, she read that shit too.
well,
Yeah. Oh my God, that's
well,
great.
yeah, and so, I made the decision though when I got back on that I wasn't gonna do that kind of stuff anymore. So I've been blocking people that I feel the urge to like,
Yeah,
troll. And
you're not gonna be able to help it if they're there, bro. Right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're worried?
There were a couple people, like there are some people I can't stand from out here. Like I don't want to. I won't say.
Please.
Okay. Sam Tripoli.
Oh yeah,
know who that is.
you don't like Sam Tripoli?
I don't.
Okay,
I
fair
don't.
enough. That's
I kind of.
acceptable. Why?
Well, I'm not a big fan of conspiracy theories to begin with,
No, sir.
and I just kind of feel like everything is a conspiracy with this guy, and it's just like
Okay.
I don't know. It's like.
But what about how he treats like up and coming comics? I've always heard he's good to like up comics that are up and coming. Is that true or no?
I wouldn't know about that in that regard, but I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
he books a show, and you know that's cool for him. And I used to be a big fan of his, but it's just the whole like everybody's a reptilian shapeshifter. It's like, come
That
on,
gets
man,
old quick. Yeah.
yeah, it's like, come on, man, you know you don't believe that. Like nobody who
Yeah.
nobody who promotes a really good live show like he does is stupid enough to believe that. You know what I mean? So
Well, that's debatable, bro. That's debatable. I mean, I think maybe he really does. I mean, I don't think it has a love. I don't know, man. I mean, it's crazy to think.
well, my problem with that kind of stuff, it's like what a lot of people don't realize when they talk about like reptilians and like the Illuminati. A lot of that stuff is just code for like Jews, and so
Yeah.
it's sort of like hatefulness wrapped up in the guise of like science fiction.
Yeah, 100%.
And,
Why? Yeah.
and
Why do you think somebody? Sorry, go
maybe
ahead.
I'm biased because the first woman I ever had a crush on was Agent Scully, so I grew up to be a skeptic. So you know, I'm always gonna be a skeptic. But he's a really funny guy. I just don't get down with the conspiracy theories.
All right, who else? Who else?
I don't like Tim Dillon.
Really?
Really?
That
Yeah.
one surprises me a little bit. I mean, I'm not a surprise. Like, I don't know who you should and shouldn't like. I thought that dude was hilarious. I think he's hilarious.
I'll say his stand-up is funny, but his political tweets are just. I kept wanting to say
To
stuff
respond.
like, yeah. So and I don't want to I don't want to be like the guy who gets beef with everybody. So I just block these people so I don't say something that I'm gonna regret.
That's
And
smart.
like,
Yeah. It's also hilarious that that's what you have to do to have any self-control.
yeah, dude. Well, yeah, but I mean, my whole family is like, I come from a family of really argumentative people, and so it's a curse.
Sure. I understand. That's like the same with Kat, actually. Like she'll argue and combat her point of view all day with people. I don't have energy for it, dude.
Yeah, and I'm trying not to have the energy for it because there's such so much other stuff you could.
It's too much, man. It's too much.
And I've been trying to be like more joyful in how I approach things. Like even if I do have an opinion, I try to express it in like a funny way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Yeah.
I'll be honest, y'all. I got like my wheelchair broke for a couple months a while back, and I was stuck in my room for like 5 weeks.
I remember
honestly,
you telling me that. That sounds tough.
Yeah, well, it was during the reopen protest, so I was like, you know what, that's cool. Like, I'm gonna stay safe because I'm stuck in here, and I
Right.
don't got anywhere else to be. But like being in one room for that long, I start to like go crazy, and I start to have some really dark thoughts.
Yeah.
But
I
then
can
from
imagine.
those dark thoughts, I came up with a one-liner joke that I wrote this week. That was
Fuck
like,
yeah.
I called the suicide helpline because I'm too crippled to do it myself.
Yeah, I saw that on well, I think Instagram or
And,
something. Yeah, I like that. That's funny. It's hilarious, bro.
my aunt is a nurse in Tennessee, and she hit me up because she was worried about me because I posted that.
Because of
She's
that
like,
joke, yeah. Well, dude, I mean that's a
yeah,
not, that's a
she's
good
like,
aunt.
that's not funny. But she's a nice, yeah.
It's funny.
But what are y'all talking on?
What is this?
Oh, it's some Bubba.
Bubba Kush.
Big Bubba Diesel.
Oh, Diesel.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Is it in clinics out there? Can you get it delivered?
Yeah. I think all of the above. You're also allowed to grow 6 plants of your own in Colorado.
Oh, wow.
So
Well, yeah, everybody
I
is.
just grow a few plants for myself every year, and I never buy weed. It's cool. That's how it should be.
That's, hell yeah, that's awesome.
It's like a garden.
You still smoking on the hash pen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do that. I've been trying to smoke less flowers. It's, 'cause,
Is it harder on your lung? I mean, it is harder. Or I don't know. I could see the hash pen being hard on your lungs too, though.
no, but the stitchy, it's the thing about it. I can do it by myself rather than have to ask for help because I have to ask for help with everything.
Yeah.
The stitchy pen I can hit on my own, so I like it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I remember when we were at bet.
But yeah, I've been trying to. What happened?
No,
Oh,
keep going.
sorry.
I think we're having some sort of interference, Glenn. Like I keep having a little bit of a glitch on this side. Sorry about
Oh
that.
no worries. There's noise over here too.
I think that it sounds like is that our side? That noise? I thought that was coming from your side.
No, there are these stupid kids over here screaming and
That's what it is that I hear too. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I try not to get mad at people having fun. Like
But at the same, that's a good call. But that seems like it would be hard.
when I cuss at people out the window. Yeah. Well, I try to only cuss out people from the window who are being negative and making negative noise. Like if somebody's being really loud and laughing and having a good time, I'm not gonna be a prick and be like, "Hey, shut up." Yeah, but I forgot what the Disney pen. I like it because I can hit it on my own, and I take it to bed with me because I have trouble sleeping. So I sometimes I get like a CBD cartridge instead of THC.
Do you notice a difference?
CBD. It took me a while to find the CBD that worked to the point where I was laughing about CBD because I thought it was bullshit for a while.
Right.
And then my friend hooked me up with some stuff that worked, and then I kind of felt like a jack off because I was talking shit for like a year. And but
it worked.
Yeah,
but it worked.
I use it on my I got my shoulders give me shit sometimes because I play too many video games and I paint too much. But
Trying to live.
yeah, exactly. Well, you know what's funny? The first thing I did when quarantine started was I bought a PS4.
Nice.
Yeah. And Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
I like it a lot.
That's a good one.
Dude, I got a question for you, if you don't mind.
Oh, go ahead.
When you are doing roast battle in the belly room and you tell a joke that kills and the wave comes up and picks you up in the air in your chair, I've seen faces of yours that look like joy, and then it looked like straight fear sometimes. How do you does that make you uncomfortable? Or do you love it because of the moment?
I gotta be honest. I'm a little jumpy little bitch.
Yeah, I
And
know.
so
That's why I'm
so
asking. Yeah.
so I'm always like, God, I hope this $100. I'm like, I hope this $100 wheelchair on Amazon that I got doesn't break and like fall apart right there.
Oh,
Like,
right.
and so, but yeah, they're great guys, and I don't think they would let anything
I know they
happen to
would.
me.
Yeah.
But I just got a bitch face, and so
Well, sometimes, like I said, sometimes I can tell you're happy as fuck, dude. Like I think
yeah,
one of them, the most
I
recent one I watched was you and Los Digits, and that one you just destroyed the
oh no,
room.
that's my favorite one.
Yeah, me too. That was so good.
Can I tell you why though?
Why?
Cause I'm Donnell Rawlings is my favorite comedian.
Okay.
So Donnell Rawlings giving me props on that battle
I remember
afterwards.
it, yeah.
Like that. I won't lie, man. When I'm having a shitty day, I watch that battle because it's like, who doesn't want to watch, their favorite comedian give them props?
Praise,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Sure.
Like it's a pretty good feeling, when I but that was a really fun battle. He's a great dude. Luke
Yeah.
he battles all the time. Like
He was funny too, but he had nothing on you that night, dude.
I
God.
I'm always really nervous. I'm always like, this is gonna be the one where I fucking bomb. This is gonna be the one where I fucking tank and everybody's gonna see what a fraud I am. But it never happens, and so
No, dude,
I'm lucky.
you're really good at writing, and your roaster even better, dude. So I assume you've met and hung out with Jeff Ross a little bit.
I met him. Yeah,
He's cool,
he's on the panels a lot. I
right?
talk to. Yeah.
I see him like comment sometimes on your Instagram posts. I've seen Joey Diaz comment on some of your posts, I think. Unless I'm tripping.
Yeah.
So I just figured like that must be kind of cool, like getting to meet some of these comics that we've looked up to for a long time.
Yeah, it's kind of surreal. I mean, it's really kind of surreal.
I can't. Yeah, awesome.
It's basically Joey Diaz, like to be Facebook friends with one of your favorite comedians.
Exactly.
It's a little bit crazy.
That's pretty cool, man.
But I really enjoy it. It's one of the it's helped me be a better comedian because it helps you be more fluid on stage.
Sure.
And be more in the moment,
But yet concise too, right?
Yeah, and it's another reason I love it. It's because it's the closest I'll ever be to being involved in pro wrestling because it reminds me of like pro wrestling where you cut promos and stuff,
Sure, right.
Sure.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I didn't think
But,
about it like that really before, but I see exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I kind of think of it as pro wrestling when I'm mentally preparing for it.
But that's awesome. Just minus the push-ups.
Yeah, exactly. and all the CTE.
Hell yeah, bro. You got any shows coming up that like that you got to look forward to, or is it still just total lockdown out there?
I'm doing the Zoom show on the 15th for a autism charity, and that's gonna be fun.
Right on. Where do you have to go? Oh, it's just Zoom, you said, right? Just Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I'm doing a Zoom mic on the 10th actually. Or not a mic, but a Zoom yeah, comedy competition like based out of a radio station here in Durango. I'm really not looking forward to it because I've never like performed to a computer. I mean, never no audience, so I don't know what to think. You know, I'm not really excited. I'm more nervous.
Oh yeah. I know, you know what, I'm sure you'll do great because I mean every time I've seen you do comedy, you kill it.
Thanks, man. I don't know if that's true, but I really appreciate that.
I saw no, I'm not bullshitting you. I've seen like 3 videos and they were all really good.
Well, I appreciate
Yeah, those are the ones he posted.
Well, duh.
Yeah, well,
I'm not gonna
mean,
post me bombing, dude.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it, Bob. Don't worry, Joe.
I bombed this past Friday. Bad.
I would love for there to be like a comedy show where you only saw people bomb.
Like a special?
We have mics like that.
Yeah, no, but like
it's
a
called
comedy.
Brody Stevens 1 hour special.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That one hurts
No
to watch.
worries.
Just a joke. Just a joke. Anyway.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's Yeah, I watched that one. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I agree. It wasn't like I laughed out loud at times, but when you see people walking out on a special, that's not a good indication.
You want to put the jokes and at the bomb.
Yeah.
Well, I loved the guy, dude. Like, I got real upset, you know, when I heard about what happened. It wasn't like I was just.
I carry around a pen with his face on it in my pocket. Yeah. Because that guy's been a part of almost every memory I've had with Roast Battle. He was there on the panel, and just a really great dude. I'm sorry about the horn in the background. There's a elote lady here.
It sounds like a 56K modem trying to start up, to be honest with you.
No, it's somebody selling corn.
Oh, okay. Damn,
yeah.
I would love some fucking elote. I bet that shit's fire, huh?
I can't partake because I am Southern teeth and
Southern teeth.
So, yeah.
That's great.
Like my bottom dentures fell out, and people are like, "Oh, you lost them," and I'm like, "I know where they are. They're in the envelope on my dresser. You know, they're not lost. I know right where they are."
Yeah. That's awesome. Do you put them in when you do Roast Battle?
No, I haven't had bottom teeth for like a couple of years now, and I get really self-conscious about it. But I have some great lips, and so
yeah, you do.
It's just like you know what? There are UFC fighters that look worse than I do. So you know, I try not to
you're damn right.
Too down on my, you know. Some of my favorite pro wrestlers look worse than I do. So, you know.
A lot worse, Joe. A lot.
Yeah.
Hey, who are your favorite pro wrestlers?
It's evolved. It was always Mick Foley. I mean, Mick Foley is
Mankind.
I mean, yeah, not just his in-ring work, but just his whole attitude towards life. He's a very uplifting guy in everything he does, and I always like that about him. And there's the other guy, Chris Benoit.
Yeah,
and
Chris,
well, look, see, I'm not allowed to tell people he's my favorite wrestler because he killed his wife and his son. But
that's CTE you were talking about.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and but I do make I do. Look, you guys, I don't know if I'll ever be famous enough to be canceled, but if I ever did get canceled, I know what it's gonna be for.
I would love to know.
It's gonna be for a bunch of Christopher Wall memes, like, cause I make all kind of Christopher Wall memes. Like, it's how I deal with things. I make Christopher Wall memes.
Yeah, the guy that killed his wife and son.
And then yeah, and and I don't condone it, but I will make jokes about it.
Michael Vick to a fucking damn it.
A fucking pet show.
Pet show.
Dog
Pet
show.
shop.
Dog show.
Damn it.
Dog,
Lost it.
what happened?
No, I don't know, man.
I'm a fucking idiot. Go on.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah,
I
the
thought you
Zoom makes
said-
it extra complicated. Yeah.
He doesn't speak with confidence like a man like
Oh,
we do, Joe.
Hmm.
That's all it
Oh
is.
shit!
Yeah, that's all.
Oh,
Pipe
you
up,
might need
son.
You might need a Mountain Dew.
Yeah, and Bacardi.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, bro.
And then my favorite wrestler out there right now is probably Pentagon Jr.
Huh. I don't even know who that is.
who's a luchador. And
Okay.
he's on
Oh, cool.
That's way
he's
better.
on he's on AEW, and I like MLW and AEW and Ring of Honor. I don't watch a lot of WWE because I don't like Vince McMahon. You know, like they act like Christopher Waltz. You know, look, again, I don't condone what happened. Okay, and it's horrible, and he probably should never be spoken about again, unless you're joking about memes. But Vince McMahon helped another wrestler cover up a murder in the early '80s with Jimmy Snuka, and they don't talk about that. So it's like, I don't know. I'm not.
I see what you're saying. No, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. But look. Let me just say for the record, nobody should ever be a fan of any wrestler that kills anybody.
Okay, but you are, and that's okay.
Like, I feel like that's a deal breaker if you're a wrestler. Yeah. If you kill somebody as a wrestler, you've automatically broken the first rule of wrestling, which is not to hurt
Which is
somebody.
stop being fake.
Yeah.
Don't ever stop being fake.
Yeah. But I want to get involved in pro wrestling one day as a ringside manager, because I feel like
you look like a boxing coach right now. I can see you as a corner guy.
I can motivate somebody.
Yeah, you could.
And if I broke the rules, nobody could lay a hand on me, because so I'd be like the ultimate bad guy.
Yes, you're the ultimate heel.
What are you gonna do? Hit me?
Yeah. No, Mr. Heel Chair.
Mr. Heelchair. Was that your Instagram handle? Or something? Was that one of your handles?
Twitter.
Oh, Twitter, yeah.
Yeah, on Twitter, yeah.
Mr. Heelchair. I forgot. That's funny as fuck.
Now it makes sense why you like talking so much shit on Twitter. You just get ramped up.
Yeah.
You watched wrestling your whole life. That's why I love Roast Battle and Twitter. You're just like, oh, this motherfucker wants some?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I always said, Roast Battle picked me. I didn't pick Roast Battle, because, I mean, I was shit talking since the time I was in elementary school. Like, I remember because I lived in Anderson, which is like, you know where Anderson is, right?
I just know
Tim-
it's in South Carolina. I don't know specifically where.
yeah, it's like right on the other side of the border.
Oh, okay.
And and uh, and so out there, like these kids would make fun of me for drooling, right? And so they were talking shit and they were making fun of my fingers because my fingers look like uh, Cheetos. And and these kids were making fun of me. And my brother at the time told me, it's like, you have to be meaner than they are. And that was the wrong thing to tell me. And
I think it's great advice.
Great advice.
so these kids kept making fun of they kept making fun of my fingers. And I'm like 7 years old. And so they kept making fun of my fingers. And so we went to lunch and I wound up like drooling all over my fingers and then sticking my fingers in their food. And then be like, and I'm like, every time you make fun of me, I'm going to do that to you. So, and then they wound up not making fun of me anymore.
Well, yeah,
So-
dude.
You stood up for yourself.
Not literally. Don't say that. That's so
Yeah,
mean.
so to speak. So to speak.
I just kidding.
But my favorite thing to do when I was in school was to get the person that came up to me and thought they were gonna get a nice target, and then they just wound up, you know, they
Sli-
picked the
slightly
wrong guy.
food.
'Cause-
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
But I didn't start doing comedy until I was 26 because I was just being a dickhead.
So, but that
Oh,
helped you.
And I couldn't get my emotionals. Yeah, it helped me get my anger under control because it gave
Yeah.
me, like, I was always good in school when I wanted to be, but I didn't like being good in school because people still talk to me like I'm retarded.
Right.
And so
Even
I
though
was
you're
like,
smarter
why-
than they are.
yeah, or sometimes, but then I would just make stupid decisions, and that lasted until I was like 23,
Right.
and then I right around 26, I got the confidence to try to start doing comedy because I used to take myself too seriously to make jokes about my own disability. And
Yeah,
I
that's-
couldn't do that. Yeah, I couldn't do that until I was like 26. And I'll be honest, I don't like everybody making jokes about it. Like I have to know you.
Right.
Like I don't want some guy coming up to me on the street being like, "What up, cripple?" You know?
Right. No, that's
For
not
sure.
that's not cool, man. That's offensive at that point.
Yeah, but like y'all, yeah, but y'all could, y'all could. Like,
Yeah, I don't want anybody coming up to me on the street like, "What's up,
Yeah.
cocksucker?"
I feel like
Or
he
like,
just gave us
a
permission.
friend.
I feel like he just gave us permission to say that.
We got the C card. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I love cripple. Cripple's accurate. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not disabled. I've never been abled. How can I be disabled? That's
Right.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Fair point.
But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna run bits on you.
Yeah. I don't care, dude. You can run bits all day, dude.
Yeah, this is
but,
warm up for your Zoom or for your comedy show. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
run bits
I
on us,
very,
bro.
I very rarely exercise. I gotta be honest.
You can do some bits, bro. I'm gonna go grab a beer real quick. So, do you mind if I leave for 30 seconds? You're
Oh,
welcome,
no
Phil.
problem.
All right.
No problem.
Talk to Brian.
Yeah, so you rarely exercise.
You're a comedian too.
Yeah, yeah. I'm about a year and a half in, but with the COVID, like a year and 3 months.
That's it. What made you want to start doing comedy?
Oh, dude, I've always wanted to, and I started the podcast. I think just to get comfortable talking to a mic, and then I got Dave on the podcast, and he was like, "Just come to the mic." And then I went to like 3, and then you know, he talked to me and then his wife called me a pussy. So I signed up and then I'm addicted now. It's my favorite thing. I take every opportunity.
Yeah, it's exactly that. Like, I used to be terrible with saving money, and since I became a comedian, and I have to like put my money towards, you know, what I did before COVID. Most all my money went to like stand-up comedy, and like, you know, help me get better at. Like, that's kind of one thing I don't always like. It's like when I hear people say, "Oh, comedians are broken people." I'm like, actually, comedy helped me get my shit together.
Me
I don't
too.
know.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Give me something to live for. Like, really, like a real goal.
I was an asshole before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was an asshole before I became a comedian. Like,
You had no outlet. You had no outlet to get the, because a lot of jokes are based in anger. Let's be real. And so, like, if
Yeah.
you can't do it in a funny way on stage, it comes across as you being a dick. So once you started doing it on stage, you became less of an asshole off stage. Even that makes sense
Yeah.
to me.
It's like MMA fighters don't start street fights. Like, they get it out in the gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some of them do. Like, I always kind of laugh when I hear like a UFC fighter gets in a fight somewhere, and I'm like, well, what do you expect? I mean, like,
Right.
you know, I like martial arts and everything, but I always hate it when people are like, oh, I do it for self-defense. So it's like, come on, man. You want to use that on somebody? Like, you're looking for opportunity to, like, you know, but
I
I
think
don't
some
have
people.
any, man.
Well, and I
know.
think it's some people's comedy. You know what I mean? I think some
Yeah.
people get enjoyment and, you know,
Yeah,
community out of it. Like, I did jujitsu for a while, and there was definitely some like people on the edge of depression. But like the fact that they could go hang out and kickbox and do jujitsu and shit, kind of like it gave them something to be a better person for. That way they could make it. You know, they stopped doing drugs so they can go train and shit.
jiu-jitsu is I like that martial art the best because
dope.
it doesn't it's not too flashy. Like, you're in somebody's business. You know, it's not like kickboxing. Kickboxing is a little too detached. You know what I mean? Like, anybody can kick somebody in the head, but if you throw somebody down, that's like, that gets your soul. You know, like,
Yeah. And it's a way better way to control the situation.
yeah,
That way they don't
yeah,
hit their head on the ground. Like, you don't want to kill somebody.
yeah. It's I gotta be honest, I'd be utterly useless in a fight. You know what my big self-defense strategy is? My wheelchair that goes 9 miles an hour, I'll go into the other direction, you know, like, get me if you can.
Yeah,
You
just
know?
talk shit to fat people.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I do.
Yes. What do you say? Well, give it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, 1 second.
All right, take your time.
I'll see you later. Sorry.
What was the last interaction with the fat person you had? Do you remember?
Well, I told somebody, I told somebody, oh, well, I'm like, I told them they didn't use their parking, that they ought to have their own parking far away from the entrance, so they have to walk, you know, like, it gets them exercise. And
I agree.
you see, I hate those rascal scooters.
Why?
They're not wheelchairs, but they're like, well, because
No, they're just for fat people that don't want to walk.
yeah, and they take up more space than a regular wheelchair, and I would lose city bus spots to these fucking assholes.
That's what I always think.
And then a lot of times they can't even drive these fucking fiascos. and so I'm just like, so it's the worst of all worlds. They can't drive it. They look like shit, and they take up a bunch of space. And and it's like, you ever see those commercials for like rascal scooters where they're like, I went to the Grand Canyon in my rascal scooter. I'm like, yeah, drive that shit off
Off the edge.
Yeah.
For real.
Was
I told people straight up they don't deserve parking and they could go fuck themselves.
no,
Good.
every time I see fat people walk into their car in handicap spots.
I did that.
Can I tell you guys a good time to see a fat person? When they're sitting at your table and you're about to go wait on them.
Oh,
you know,
great.
you can upsell the fuck out of that person.
oh yeah, but
You know?
well,
Extra gravy, extra crab legs, extra crawfish.
they're probably okay to be served because they know what they want and it's everything. You don't even have to take their order.
No, it's just one. Give me one of everything. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just go ring the bell in the kitchen and be like, here's another fat guy. Fatties. Yeah, fatty.
Yeah.
Those guys, that's a good time to see a fatty, though. Not on an airplane. That's a bad time.
Yeah.
I always love these people. I don't want to get too political, but this is kind of political. But like, you'll see those people with like Tea Party like stickers where they say "Get the government out of my," whatever. But then they'll have handicap parking, and it's like, wait a minute, that's a government issued placard. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. The worst. I don't mind fat people because the ones I don't like is when they have Hummers and disabled parking. It's like, if you got a Hummer, you don't need disabled parking. It's like, pick one or the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're damn right.
Yeah.
You goddamn right.
Yeah, I don't like SUVs anyway. Like,
You roll around in a van, don't you? You
Yeah,
you got your van?
I got a Dodge. I was actually thinking about that. Here's a little positivity for you guys, but
All right.
I always wanted a Dodge. All my life I loved Dodge, and I always wanted one. And now I'm like 33, and I got a Dodge, and so I'm
Good
pretty
for you.
stoked about that.
So my boy Brian here, he's planning on getting a van too.
Really?
Is that what you wanted? Was the Dodge or what was it? Or the Town and Country?
Yeah, I'm going for a minivan.
Yours is a
Is there a
minivan.
minivan?
Yeah, it's
Nice.
a Grand Caravan.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Yeah, mostly because I was just thinking. So our plan was to move to Phoenix.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we were planning on moving to Phoenix, and I was just thinking, if I had a car, I'd want it to be a place I could sleep potentially. So
Yeah,
to travel.
yeah, I've slept in that van before. Yeah.
Did the seats come all the way out to make it like flush on the floor in the Dodge Caravan?
What happened?
Do the seats come out in the back and is it completely like flush with the floor?
No, I can just I sleep in my chair.
Yeah.
I just
Well, I know.
lean my chair
I
back.
meant, I just meant the van and you have a Dodge Caravan, right?
Yeah, like
The seats come all the way
Yeah.
out.
I think they go down.
yeah, there are no seats. There are no seats.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have seats, and so yeah, there's just a big space in the middle.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, like, because if one of us were to buy one, would we be able to like take the seats out and then just sleep?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you can.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's all.
That's why I want
Yeah.
that one. Yeah. I did a lot
Yeah.
of research. I was researching minivans for like
Yeah, it's good
a
shit.
week.
Are you moving to Phoenix?
We want to.
Yeah, eventually. We were planning on December, but now with this COVID shit, you know, I'd kind of rather stay in the little small town for a minute until everything calms down.
Yeah, it's such a weird, it's such a weird time. Like this COVID, you know, I've been trying to embrace it because I'm an inherently lazy person, and so I've just sort of been embracing not having to do anything. But
Nice.
yeah, it can make it pretty. It can be pretty difficult to try to plan things right now.
Well, yeah, like
because
well, I just like, you know, I have a good gig right now, making decent money, and I'm not with. I don't think it would be smart to quit this job, move there, and potentially not even be able to find a single job to like, you know, like provide my income while I do comedy at night. That's what my plan was, but now I don't even know if I'll be able to get a fucking job anywhere down there. So like, why would I?
yeah,
I
yeah,
could stay
it's
a
like,
few more
or
months.
you probably.
I was just saying I could stay a few more months, stack up even more money, and then go maybe at the winter.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's going to be a comedy boom when everything is done with this. Like,
I agree.
I was really bummed out. I had to cancel. I was supposed to go to Tucson at the end of July, but then we had to
Oh,
cancel, and
yeah.
that was a bummer.
Did you
But
play in Tucson? You know, when we ran into each other in Phoenix,
no,
did you
I
do
wanted to.
Tucson on that trip too?
No, we just did Phoenix.
Mm.
Um, I love going to Arizona to do comedy. Um, it's I think I can do good out there, you know. So that's why I tried to go there a couple times in 2019 when I got the van.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it's a
um,
fun city, man. We had a blast there. I like every show Ellie and I did with you and Cameron. We had a good time, man. All around good night.
yeah, that was a lot of fun. Uh, those were some good times. I really wish that 5 or 7 happened because I was gonna try to do more this year, but it's cool, you know. I've been writing a lot of sketches, and
Oh yeah,
so yeah, and
fuck
so
yeah.
I'm trying to focus on that because I've been doing stand up for like a couple of years, and I got away from that other stuff about writing situational comedy and you know,
Hmm.
that kind of thing. Um, like I wrote one today where um, I have you all ever heard of the Cave of Dreams?
I don't know, man. It sounds familiar, but just remind
I don't
me
know either.
for the podcast
It's
listeners too.
it's um it's this it's a cave in France, and there's like some horses. Somebody drew on the wall of this cave like
Yeah, I know what you're talking
20,000
about.
years ago. It's like a cave. It's like and I was watching a documentary about that, and it's in France, right? And so I was thinking, what if like an art critic went up to that cave and they were like, I was like, you know, this is really unimpressive stuff you got here. Like I've seen other Neolithic art on like rocks, and it's a lot better than this. Like,
Garbage.
Oh,
no
shit.
wonder it's in a cave. You like, and it's just, you know, what if you got like an art critic to like trash this
What
20,000
ancient
year old?
art? Yeah,
Yeah,
That'd be
it's
hilarious.
fucking
like,
hilarious, dude. So what?
yeah.
How you? What do you? What do you need to make these sketches? Sketches, not sketches.
I'm, you know, I just need to stop being a slouch.
But I mean,
Um,
like, you need what? Just some friends to do some acting, or you want to find some like legit good actors?
well, like with that one, I'm probably gonna. No, well, on that one, I probably would do like a video slideshow I've seen some guy talking over it and like, you know, but I'm gonna do it one day. And then I got this other thing called Ramps Eurell. It's like a fake commercial.
Did you
of
put
what?
that out on YouTube?
I
feel
no,
like
I put up the only sketch I've ever filmed is on YouTube. It's called the Life Alert parody, where I make fun of Life Alert. You know, it's like
yes,
you know,
I did
yeah.
see that one. Yeah, I showed Kat too. She loved it.
But yeah,
Funny
because
stuff.
I've always loved making fun of like faith healing, like because I've always thought like it's one thing to be a preacher and take people's money if they give it to you, but it's another thing to like tell people you're gonna walk. You know,
Right.
That's super janky. That's
It's
like
just mean.
I get it if you're
It's
a preacher.
It's just cruel.
I get it if you're a preacher and you want to buy yourself a nice Cadillac. You know, that's fine. But don't be telling people, oh yeah, you're gonna walk, or you know, leave the rattlesnakes at home. That's all I'm saying.
The cancer will disappear.
Yeah, and I've never been a big fan of that kind of stuff.
Me neither, bro.
I'm not a big fan of the whole preacher
Pardon me.
thing in general.
But oh well, you know, I'm a believer. I consider myself a believer because I'm a good old like Southern
Catholic
boy.
boy.
But like, yeah, well, actually, it's funny. My grandfather was Catholic, but he never got us baptized because he got in some trouble.
I wonder why. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, everybody, a lot of people in my family have gotten in trouble. I mean,
You guys are troublemakers, you Eurells.
I have a cousin who's
shut
got a Netflix documentary. Yeah. I try to stay out of trouble. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking this local brewery that we have here called Ska Brewing Company, and it's their hazy IPA.
Oh, wow. I can feel the heartburn.
Yeah, honestly, you know what? You're not wrong. Today it hasn't given me any heartburn. Some days it does, though. The haziness.
I had to stop drinking IPAs because my stomach wouldn't let me do it. And I felt like such a little, you know, prima donna. Like, oh, you can't drink your IPAs because your tummy hurts. Oh.
Don't worry, dude. I'm almost 30 and I just figured out I'm lactose intolerant. So.
Yeah, exactly. I used to love drinking milk, but I can't do that anymore.
You don't drink milk anymore? You're lactose also, or just to add to the list of things?
I don't know what happened, but right around age 20, like 12 years ago, 13 years ago, I just couldn't drink milk no more. And,
Damn.
And it bummed me out because I like milk. I used to put like 2 scoops of sugar in a glass of milk.
Oh my God. No wonder you're in a wheelchair, dude.
Well, no, I used to love sugar. I cut it out a lot, you know.
Yeah, that's good, dude.
Everybody loves sugar.
Yeah, everybody likes
loves
but I
cocaine
still
too.
love my Mountain Dew.
Me too, actually, dude. I got a Mountain Dew in my fridge at home.
I do cocaine.
You do?
You do?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
No, I was referencing Dr. Roxo, the cocaine clown.
I don't know who you're talking about, man.
Oh, it's all Metalocalypse.
I've never seen that. All right.
Oh, yeah, no, it's funny. I'll send you a link.
Okay, please do. I'll check it out.
No, I don't do cocaine. You know why?
Why?
You know why I don't do cocaine?
Why wouldn't you? Because you can't get up and walk around?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why would I just sit there and be like this for like...
Yeah.
Video
Yeah,
games are
right.
interesting.
Yeah.
Video games are interesting.
No, you're absolutely right, dude. That's I wasn't even making a joke when I said that. I was being serious. Like you literally you would have all that energy and you couldn't do much. Like that
Yeah.
was yeah. That seems yeah, I don't blame you, dude. You're right not to do it.
It's a dirty drug.
Yeah, it's not
And
clean.
I've never liked hanging out with anybody who ever did coke.
Fair
It's,
enough.
Well, it sucks unless you're on coke too, and then
yeah,
it's awesome.
Well, I've done it and you've hung out with me and we had a good time, but I wasn't on it when I was hanging out with you.
yeah.
That's the difference.
We had a lot of great times. I really liked my trip to Durango.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
I felt
even
so
though-
bad, dude.
Hey, it was a learning experience, but I still had a lot of fun.
Good. I'm
it
glad you
was-
have fun. I'm really even more glad too that you just like have such an understanding attitude about it. I appreciate that. Like, I
Oh.
mean, yeah. When you couldn't
well,
get into the bathroom in my house, I knew we had a problem on our hands.
yeah,
I felt so bad, dude. I thought there was plenty of room.
you know what happens is sometimes in life I forget I'm disabled. Like I just straight up forget that I'm disabled. So I'll sign up to do anything, and then I find out there's like these barriers that I didn't, it's like my uncle gets me sick. It's like, how can you forget you're disabled? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
That's a good thing. That means it's not consuming your mind all the time. That means there's other things that consume your mind enough to make you forget that.
Yeah,
That's
I have
positive.
plenty of strong opinions about stuff that doesn't matter. I don't have to worry about stuff that does
You're damn right.
matter. Hey, I was gonna ask you guys, did you see the new Unsolved Mysteries?
No, dude. It's funny you ask because Kat and I saw the previews for it last night, but I haven't watched it yet. Have you watched it?
Well, let me just say the only unsolved mystery there is, why did I watch this?
Okay, I'm not gonna watch it.
Awesome.
That's a perfect review.
Okay. Okay, let me just say, okay, there's no guy in a trench coat. Okay, that's strike one. Strike two is there's no creepy music. And strike three, none of the mysteries are mysteries, they're just crimes. So it ought to be called Unsolved Crimes.
Yeah, you're right.
I agree. Yeah, if there's mysteries, there should be like some spooky shit.
That's one of those jokes that's so funny, and it's so good because it's like
Yeah.
it seems like it would be so obvious, but I never thought about it that way. You're absolutely right. It should be Unsolved Crimes. That's funny as shit.
I actually wrote Netflix an email. I hope they get back to me.
Did you? What'd you tell them? Did you tell them fuck off, fatty parts farther away?
I told them they ought to be ashamed of themselves. I mean, it's pretty mediocre,
You're not wrong. Again.
I was gonna probably try to watch. I forget what I'm gonna watch tonight. I'm gonna watch Out of Time because I'm a big Denzel Washington fan.
Who isn't? I love Denzel. He's a beautiful man.
When I was a kid, I saw Malcolm X. My dad let me watch Malcolm X when I was 7 years old.
That's intense.
And, yeah, but it was a great movie, though. It was a great movie.
That movie's awesome. Don't look at me like that, Joe.
I was saying to somebody the other day, his acting in that movie was so good that I almost forgot it was a movie. Like,
For real though, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Well, I mean, the book. I don't know if you read the book that the movie's based on, but it's fascinating, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's a really, I read the book a couple years after I saw the movie, like when I was a kid.
Well, yeah, you saw it. when you were
I
young.
read the book when I was like 14, but I saw the movie when I was 7, and it's a great you know, and especially to watch that in South Carolina, you know, you had to watch it at home.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
you know, but yeah, it's sort of informed my opinions about a lot of stuff that's going on now. So I've always been a big Rage Against the Machine, you know,
Fuck
Tom
yeah.
Morello, Zach De La Rocha. So
Yeah.
I'm a little bit skewed in one direction, as you can imagine, on these things. But like, but yeah, I'm gonna watch Out of Time tonight, and I've been, you know, it's funny. I started collecting DVDs.
What? Really?
Just
Yeah.
in case the internet goes down?
Well,
It's a good
I
question.
can't do vinyls. I can't do vinyls because my hands don't work.
Right.
But you know, if you're gonna go retro on some stuff, I like DVDs. You know,
I got DVDs.
And so yeah, I just bought one the other day. Hero. You remember that kung fu movie?
Yeah.
Hero?
Yeah.
It's dope. And then I'm probably gonna try and buy all 3 Man movies on DVD.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen those yet.
They're
man.
dope. Yeah.
Yeah. The first one's really good. The other 2 are, you know, all right. You know.
Yeah, I was younger when I saw them, and I just
sorry
like
about that.
anything action.
Yeah, it's the first one. It's really well done. I mean, one of my favorite movies. But I'm gonna try to write a movie one day myself.
I'm
Who
sorry.
knows?
I'm laughing at Brian because right when you like came back in the screen, Brian just goes, action. It seemed like he was fucking director for a second. And I just like, all right. I also just smoked a
That's
couple
funny
bells.
as
So
fuck.
all right. What were you saying? You want to write a movie or
Yeah, I want to write a movie one day.
I want to also, dude. Let's team up.
I'm too lazy to type.
I'll do that part, dude, if you pay my rent.
Dave can't type.
I'm just kidding.
No, I sit there like one finger at a time.
Oh, I can type, bro.
Dave too.
No, I can type, dude. Sorry, didn't mean to brag. I just like
like talking shit.
I took keyboarding class in high
No,
school.
I love that. That's funny. They made me take that class. I was like,
What?
why the fuck am I here?
Yeah,
Why the fuck?
did they really?
Yeah, and you know what they told me? They're like, try to do your best. Like, what the fuck am I?
You should have just typed FUCKYOU.
I did.
Did you really?
All day, every day.
Yeah,
Good. You should have told them fuck off.
Like, they made me go to PE, and I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing here?
Oh my god, dude.
So rude.
Yeah, that's the world for you.
Well,
but that's why it gives me a good excuse to be rude myself. So,
yeah.
but,
Well, I think you got a right to be a little bit, man. I mean, you know, as long as the people deserve it, I think you totally are the right person to tell them to fuck off.
Especially if it's funny.
True, that too.
yeah, I've been known to cuss out. I've been known to cuss out some people. Like, you know, it's funny. One time I was trying to go into 7-Eleven, and there was nobody there to open the door, and this guy walked by, and I went to ask him to open the door, and before I could ask him, he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have any change." And
Oh my God.
yeah, and then somebody else walked up and opened the door. I went in and I bought my stuff. And the guy saw I wasn't, asking for change. And he's like, I guess you should have listened. And I'm like, oh no, I just assumed you were retarded. And then
Hell yeah,
I
dude.
just walked away.
Good.
But I like to roast people in everyday life. You know what I mean?
Well, it
Like,
makes it even better when you do it on stage, dude. I'll tell you what.
yeah.
When you do it in everyday life, you're honing that, you're sharpening those tools, man. And then when you get on stage, like seriously, I've seen you kill and stand up on stage many times, but when I watch like some of these videos of you in roast battle, like the jokes you tell are not only so honed and concise and short, and like they like cut to the core, but in the funniest way. It's like you've really come up with a good methodology for roast jokes, and I look up to it, man. Like I appreciate that.
I really appreciate that. It's actually really simple. I try to be conscious about what I can say and what I can't say, because there are certain words I can't easily use. And so I have to write every joke based on what my voice can carry off. And
Right.
I always try to do the thing 20 words or less. And so I count
Okay.
words. And
Okay.
so, and I think anybody can do that, like,
You're right.
and yeah, and but I really enjoy the fuck out of it. Like,
And I just seen you murder up there. You got the
I
whole
can't
room
wait for it to show,
dying.
honestly. Like, oh yeah, there's no greater feeling than
Like I've seen the whole crowd and the whole panel standing up like for minutes, dude. Like it's so cool to see.
It's like one of my, like, if I could bottle that feeling, oh man,
Yeah.
I would buy Costco amounts of it,
Yeah, right. I can only imagine. That's what I feel
But
you
it's,
feel when I watch
it's
it.
part of the,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's gonna come back though greater than ever.
I like that
Hopefully.
perspective. That's the first time I've heard that perspective, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just, sometimes you gotta embrace not doing anything, like,
Agreed.
it's like, I don't know, I don't know, maybe it's because the wheelchair breaking helped me be less depressed about everything getting canceled and, shut down, but I'm trying to take this time to really improve, and I've written some pretty good new stuff, and maybe if there's time right now, could I share one of those new things with you?
Yeah, please do, man. You're welcome to run any bits.
Okay, so I'm not really I have a lot of really useless, strong opinions, and one of those things, it's like I don't like South Park.
Oh shit.
and everybody loves South Park, and all my life people are like, oh, it's so funny, it's so great. I've never liked them, and I want to tell you why I don't like them.
Please do.
I have a feeling.
Because
Oh shit, that's case.
I bet you do. So back in April 2002, I was a freshman in high school, and I didn't have a lot of material back then, but I had a joke that I thought was really hilarious when I went on stage and I was like, I have AIDS, and I want you to have AIDS, and I want everybody around you to have AIDS, because AIDS have helped me. be a better person. AIDS helped me get up, get out of bed in the morning. I wouldn't be where I am without my AIDS. And because I have caretakers, and so I do this at my school talent show, and everybody liked it. And then a couple months later, that joke appears on an episode of South Park. Yeah, with Jared Bogle, and I wrote it first, and now this shit's on, and like I know what you're thinking. Oh, you just don't like him because of Timmy, and yes, that's part of it. Like
I know you, Joe. I know it was deeper than that.
Yeah, but I gotta be honest. Timmy is not even my favorite disabled character from Parker and Stone. My favorite disabled characters from them are the people in the Book of Mormon. But yeah.
You goddamn right.
But yeah, I was so pissed off by them,
dude,
and I know.
You wait. So you did it at a school talent show, and then they did it a couple months later on TV, and you act like they stole it from you? You're acting like they stole it.
They didn't steal it from me, but
yeah, no shit.
But well, I don't know that. There's like I'm like
party that's unsure.
I'm 95% sure they did it. Like
so that's why you hate this entire great show that's been around almost my whole life, and it is hilarious.
Yes, because
they plagiarized Joe Eurell. Okay, all right.
Well, no, they didn't. I don't think they plagiarized me, but here's my thing: is I didn't have a lot of good material when I was 14. That was my best.
So
that was my best shit.
Yeah. I get that.
I totally understand. Every time I see a meme that's like a joke I've had for 3 months, it fucking pisses me off.
Oh, yeah. Dude, and let alone your best joke.
Yeah, it's the
your
worst.
best joke, and then it's on TV a couple weeks later. Yeah, I see your frustration, but it's still hilarious and silly.
Yeah, but people were hitting me up, be like, "Oh, did you get that from them?" I'm like, "No, they got it from me."
I thought you were about to say the N-word. No, they got it from me.
No, I never use that word. It's for my own safety.
Dave does.
No, I don't, dude. I mean, I have a music album.
Well, to each their own, I reckon.
Tupac their own. All right.
But yeah, it's I don't know, it's all right. I mean, some of the stuff they did was kind of funny.
Yeah, like a lot of it. I don't know. I just think it's funny that that's the reason you don't like them, dude.
Yeah, well, you know what it is? No, you know what it is? Because I've never liked stuff that's universally popular. And I've always gravitated to stuff that was bad. Like Highlander, Wings. I loved Wings when I was a kid. And
very controversial.
So I always like the shitty stuff. Like, I don't like the good stuff.
Who's your favorite comics?
Yeah. Wait, what?
Who's your favorite comics?
I have my top 5 are in no particular order. They're just all in top 5. So I have Donnell Rawlings, Joey Diaz, Sebastian Maniscalco, Catherine Ryan, and Maria Bamford.
Oh, so you don't have shitty taste in comedy, just music.
Well, music, I do have shitty taste in music.
Wings, bro?
No, wing. No,
The
no,
TV
not,
show,
not,
dude.
not,
Oh,
not,
I
not
thought you
Paul
meant the bed.
McCartney. How dare you? How
That's,
dare
that's
you?
why I was offended. Now you understand.
That's why he had you.
I hate the Beatles, bro.
You up to shame you for saying that.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Well, I understood where you were coming from. I knew you were talking about the TV show.
I was not born to run. You know.
That guy sucks too. Fuck him.
But yeah, I just I've never liked stuff that was popular at the time it was popular. So I'm a little bit of a curmudgeon.
That's a great word.
I love it.
But I did love, yeah, curmudgeon sounds like what's wrong with my hands.
That's a good fucking
Dude,
joke.
write that shit down.
Oh, dude, you guys know, I don't know if I can tell you about this. This is exclusive.
Yeah.
But I'm actually suing alcohol company for some copyright infringement.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow. We won't tell anybody, but YouTube might find out if
You
they
know
watch
what drink?
this.
White Claw. They stole.
You like White Claw?
No, I'm suing them because they stole their name from my left arm.
Oh my god, that was so dumb.
That
I love you, man. No, it took too long, or maybe because I thought you were serious for a second.
I know that's
Yeah,
hard.
I took it to heart.
Well, it sucks too because I was denied a bank loan recently because the bank couldn't see me getting back on my feet.
You tell him he can run material.
I want him to. I honestly thought he was telling us about a lawsuit that he was filing, and I was so engaged in that I didn't even think a joke was coming. That's all. So yeah, I ruined it myself. What's next?
I made a decision that one of my new goals is I'm trying to get Arby's to sign on to my idea that we should rename curly fries. Do you know what we should call curly fries?
What?
Potato pubes.
It's not bad.
I'd buy him.
Yeah.
All right.
And I gotta be honest. I have some. I have like a reverse recommendation. Do y'all know is it called rallies because it makes you race to a toilet?
Say it again. You broke up.
Yeah.
Oh, is it called rallies because it makes you race to a toilet?
I've never had rallies.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I still get the joke, and I like it.
Is it called hometown buffet because the food sucks and you never want to go back?
Like your own home. Okay.
Yeah. Is it called Golden
Corral, I'm guessing.
Corral because the food smells like horse piss?
Yeah, there you
Golden
go.
Corral's awful.
I worked there once. Oh, no bueno.
Really?
Yeah, in the kitchen in Atlanta, at the Golden Corral.
That's funny.
It's the
Yeah,
worst.
that's all I got. That's all
That's
I got.
cool. It's all good, bro. Man, this has been a very fun convo, man.
Yeah. Really appreciate you coming on, man. That's fucking good.
Oh, no worries. I was just sitting here doing jack shit.
Yeah. Drinking Mountain Dew and Bacardi, though. I like your
losing
style.
at video games. Cause
What video games you playing?
I've been playing Tekken and Injustice League. Or Injustice. It's like a DC fighting game.
Oh, sick.
I play PS3 games on my PS4.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then cause I got a PS Now, and you can play like older games. You pay like $10 a month, and you can download all these like old games that aren't like nobody's gonna buy. But like I played Twist and Metal.
Fuck yeah.
That's a fun one, man.
Yeah, I can really relate to it too. You know what I mean? Like I can
I was gonna say, dude, I play mostly FIFA, but I'm assuming you don't play that.
No. I used to play basketball games, but
Yeah, that's Paralympics. That's Special Olympics. Basketball. All right, sorry. I'm sorry.
No. Well, I would never be in the Special Olympics. I would never be in the Special Olympics, but I would run the OTB on the Special Olympics. You know, I'll run the numbers.
There you go.
What are y'all? When's your next show?
Right now we just got a mic every Tuesday. Hopefully it doesn't get shut down. But there's this one bar that serves food. And they're willing to let us do a mic there still on Tuesdays.
Yeah, and then I just got this open mic, not open mic, goddamn, it's a comedy competition this Friday on Zoom for a radio station around here.
Yeah, I did it too. It wasn't bad. The Zoom comedy wasn't. It's better than nothing, you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my first Zoom show too, and I'm not against it. I'm always subconscious about my voice, and so I was reluctant to commit to one. But I got a new mic, and so I think I
you coming
sound
through
good.
loud and clear, bro.
Yeah, you sound great over here.
Yeah.
Oh, dope,
Shit.
dope. I got it out of the shot too, because I always want to seem like professional. Yeah, but I'm really glad you guys had me on here.
We really appreciate it, man.
By the way, Brian, Joe, Brian.
I might have actually met you when you were in Durango.
I was just introducing you. I don't know if you had met Brian before, so I was saying.
I think I might have. Do you come by with Chris?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably.
Possibly.
We probably smoked weed with Chris. Yeah.
It's Chris still in Durango?
No, fuck that guy, man.
He went off the other end.
And he went off the deep end in regards to personal respect. And I'll talk to you about that off air.
Okay. Sorry,
yeah.
I didn't. Sorry.
You didn't know, bro.
No,
that was a valid question, bro. I'm just I'm not
I think we met for a minute and maybe got high, and then
definitely we got high.
Yeah, but I'm Brian.
Yeah, Joe, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm happy to do it again whenever.
Awesome.
For sure. Let's do it.
We'll be in touch.
It seems very convenient, so yeah, let's do it.
Okay, yeah, and if you guys ever see something you want me to like comment on, I'll be happy to send you a video.
Sweet, man. Dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, that could be a really fun segment. Yeah, we'll have to think about that. Just like Joe's take.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
Oh, yeah, dude. Because you definitely, I would love to.
I'd be happy to. David, it was great seeing you, man.
Yeah, Joe, you too, buddy.
You got anything to promote, man?
Hey, if you guys want to check out my YouTube, I want people to check out my YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You can look up Mr. Heelchair on Twitter, and just follow me on Instagram. And I'm like 7-Eleven. I'm not always doing business, but I'm always open.
Right on. And Joe, is it Joe Eurell on YouTube and Joe Eurell on Instagram?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
We'll
cool.
put all those in the description.
Yeah,
so it'll be easy to find.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
We'll promote the shit out of you anytime,
I'm really happy
buddy.
you guys had me on. Awesome.
It's great, man. Great to actually have a good conversation with you.
All right, awesome. Hey, before I go though, can I tell you guys one more joke?
Please, dude. Perfect way to end.
What do you call a guy in a wheelchair falling down a flight of stairs?
What?
A fucking idiot. What's he doing near the top flight of stairs in a wheelchair? Like that's
Everything with cream cheese, orange juice, break fast. I'm out the door to get the dough, speaking to the masses. Hit the road to do a show, microphone madness. Trip easy, cheap sunglasses, straight passion. My third eye active, watching backpacks lead the show, beeping that shit vocally. Hearing me locally, lyrically, know what I'm supposed to be, and I don't got no fear of me. I'm coming for your brain, homie, coming at you spiritually. Stepped into the game, and I knew that flow was slippery, but check my flow though. Turn the whack news to history. Let them do their thing, instead I put them out their misery. And simply put, just got disconnected. Like my boy Big Money, man, this can't be neglected. Grab the mic and check it, coming up in your direction. Gift that I've been blessed with, this hustle is respected and reckless. Poetic mind on the set list, got the groove to match. Everybody step with it, still haven't fulfilled a whole vision yet. Life right now still so picturesque. I'm rocking every stage until I get a bigger check. Even though I hate money, ready for a bigger step. Pull the trigger next. Somebody coming at your neck. I could've died today. That's why I'm smoking cigarettes and got precision set of skills and imagination, creations, innovating with motivation. I'm chasing my goals, giants that I be racing. I'ma stride through the finish like a 6'5" Jamaican, beating my chest like yeah. What my name is, ink on my chest. What my homie spray painting, summer day smoke skate, PlayStation. He looking down on me and I can't stay patient. I ain't just trying to say shit. Sit back and face this real type. I've been smoking instrumental playlist, chill in the cut. Now these small places I ain't getting love now, man. Fuck being famous, yeah, they tell me it's really hard to make it. They don't understand I love being underestimated. Second guess it and I'll take it that you're undereducated. Anyway, this got me thinking about them old records playing. Why? It's filled with soul and it fills my mind. Tail feather shaking while the rhythm takes flight. What I'm doing wrong, I ain't gonna fake right. I don't get no sleep because the music takes night. Nocturnal life with my basement lights. Just roll some nice, keep my drink on ice. If you don't get it once and you don't hear it twice, moving on this beat right here is out of sight. I'ma stay away.